The just person is rewarded in this life. I have met souls who were treated unjustly but suffered through it patiently and always with good thoughts. These people were showered with God's grace while in this life. Many years ago, a pious man, a simple and good-natured Christian, came to see me. He asked me to pray to Christ to enlighten his children when they grow up, to help them endure without ill feelings a great injustice. The perpetrators were his relatives. He told me what had happened. As far as I could see, he was a real man of God. The man was the oldest of 5 children. His father died young, and being the oldest brother, this man took his father's place. He became a good parent to his siblings. He worked hard, increased the family fortune, bought more property, land, and so on, and helped his 2 sisters get married. When his younger brothers got married, they took all the good fields, the olive groves, and so on. They left him with a few useless, barren, and sandy pieces of land. Finally, he got married and had 3 children. By that time, he was older. He was concerned that his children, as they grew older, might become bitter about the injustice perpetrated against them. He used to say to me, "It's not myself that I am concerned about, for I read the Psalter. I do 1 reading in the afternoon and 2 before dawn. I almost know it by heart. You don't read anywhere in the Psalms that the unjust prosper. The just have God. He looks after them. You see, Father, I am not sad for the land I lost, but for my brothers who are losing their souls." After this, he left. He came to see me again some 10 years later. He was very happy. "Remember me, Father?" he asked. "Remember me, of course," I replied, and asked how he was doing. "I am wealthy now," he said. "And how did you get rich, my good brother?" I asked him. "Well, all that useless sandy land of mine, appreciated greatly because of its location on the shore. This time I have come to ask your advice on how I should spend my money. You should make sure your children have a home to live in and put aside enough money for their education," I replied. "I have enough for that," he said, "and more." "Well, then give some to your poor relatives and to other poor people that you know." "I have done so, Father," he said, "but there's still a lot left." "Then you should give some to repair the church in your village and the chapels in the countryside." "I have done that too," he said, "and I still have plenty." Then I told him, "I pray that Christ guides you to do good for those who really need it." When I asked him about his brothers, he started weeping. "I don't know, Father. I have lost track of them. They sold their land in the village, the olive groves and the fields, and I have no idea where they are now. They went to Germany first, then to Australia, and that's the last I heard of them." I was sorry I had asked about his brothers. I hadn't realized how sad he would get. I tried to console him, and when he left, he was at peace. I told him that we should both pray that he hears from them soon with good news. Later, I remembered the psalm. "I have seen a wicked man overbearing and towering like a cedar of Lebanon. Again, I passed by, and lo, he was no more. Though I sought him, he could not be found." This is exactly what happened to the man's poor brothers. There's nothing worse than injustice. Make sure that everything you undertake has God's blessing.